Men overcomplicate talking to women when it's actually so simple. All you have to do is first approach them, but not like that. Then you start off a basic conversation, just not like that. Give her a compliment, no, not like that, and ask her about her interests. No, not like that though. From there, go ahead and ask if she wants to go out sometime, but not like that. Find a nice place to take her. No, not that one. Make sure you keep asking her getting to know you questions. No, not those ones. End the night in a cute but non-aggressive way. No, definitely not like that. By that point, you'll totally have it in the bag. Or you won't, and she'll leave you on red and ghost you. See? It's that easy.
You saw me and showed me, but you can't. Because you ain't making them extra noises while pissing.
What extra noises?
Play something then. Show me everything. Since you know something, because you're not even in the bathroom, nigga.
I said I was pissing when you called.
No, you would no way you got there at the same time. There's no way. Is this bathroom by the door? I mean, by his bed?
Is the bathroom by his bed?
Not by his bed, but like by his room?
Yes.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Like, fucking. But why the fuck is you saying fry that shit about all I do is pop pussy? I pop pussy for real?
Bro.
I pop pussy for real?
No.
Show me I pop pussy.
I'm not, bro. I don't got time for this, okay?
Well, who the fuck is you getting loud with? You the one that fucking said some fried ass shit about me, and then you gonna get mad at me.
These modern women don't care nothing about security and safety. If that man was a pull-up on y'all, y'all be upset.
I need you to listen to. In one word, can you tell me what makes you a woman?
I'm a queen. I'm not a woman, I'm a queen.
First of all, that's the wrong answer. I need y'all women to listen up. When I asked you in one word, could you describe what makes you a woman? And you said you're a queen. That's a title. Secondly, at 58, you should know. Thirdly, you came out here and you just desecrated some of my guys for no reason. Just because
to nobody,
you talked about the man lip.
I'm not going to argue with you.
I
Next.
know. It's clearly obvious to everybody in here you're a very disrespectful woman.
Okay, I said next.
At 58 years of age, you should have it right. So I'm gonna give you the answer though, so you can go home with it.
Ooh.
In one word, what makes you a woman, and every woman in here, it's your mind. It's the way you think. Queen is the title.
Okay, so do I have my turn?
Our clothes make it break for you?
What do you mean?
Like, if a girl wanted to go out in a revealing top, you'd be like, nope, I don't want to be with you anymore.
Oh, yeah. If I was in a relationship with a girl and she was dressing very revealing.
Like all the time? Or just like once?
Well, I wouldn't even tell her. I would just see what she does, and then I would determine if I take her seriously based on that. So, like, let's say I'm dating a girl for like a couple months, and then she goes out with friends. She wears like the tight dress. I wouldn't even have to say anything. I'd just be like, I'm never taking her seriously, and that's it.
Okay.
And then I'd probably just ghost her. Because I already know, like, if you try to tell a woman what to do once you're already in a relationship, they're going to see as controlling, and then they're going to fight back anyway. It wouldn't work.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so do you think it would be controlling if I told her first date, like, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this?
Yeah.
But then she has the option to leave, though.
Yeah. So if she takes that option, she takes that option. If she doesn't,
Yeah.
I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, so.
Yeah.
I feel like people have had such bad experiences dating that when they come across someone relatively normal, they get so surprised. Like, I went on a couple dates with this really pretty lady, and we got along really well. And after a couple dates, she gave me a call, and she was like, hey, I'm not sure if I'm feeling a romantic spark. And I was like, oh, that's okay. Like, I could kind of see that. I think we like each other as people, and we get along well. But if there's no spark, there's no spark. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I appreciate you telling me and being kind about it. She was like, yeah, I appreciate you not getting mad. And I was like, why would I get mad about that? And she was like, I don't know. Like, guys take you out on dates and expect something in return. And when you don't want to proceed, they get mad. And I was like, oh, that's strange. I wish people would be more normal. And she was like, but I like you as a person and I like talking to you. And I was like, yeah, I like you as a person and I like talking to you too. She was like, I don't know, can we still talk sometimes? And I was like, yeah, we don't need to set any weird like ground rules. Just because it didn't work out romantically, I'm not like, no, never talk to me again. I hate you. It's like, we're people. We're just two people. Like, it didn't work. We didn't feel that spark, and that's fine. But if you want to reach out, you can reach out. If I want to reach out, I'll reach out. If we want to talk, we'll talk. If we want to hang out, we'll hang out. Just because it didn't work romantic, like, it's fine. It's fine.
If women are so damn smart, how come they the only motherfuckers that's constantly getting conned and lied to get in the situation?
Like,
y'all claim y'all are smart as men, but y'all the only people who say, oh, he told me to do this and he talked me into this. When a man gets screwed over, they say it's your fault.
You should have seen it coming.
Should have seen it coming. So why is it we can't say to these women? Because let me tell you a stat that should shock all of you. Did you know there are 2 times as many black women with children than black men? What does that tell you? It tells you that women are fucking the same man. Boom. Damn. So y'all know he ain't shit, and you fuck him because you in competition with that other ain't shit bitch to have that ain't shit nigga baby. Because you just saw a video on Instagram of Future, who you know got 9-11 kids, talking about how hard it is for him on Valentine's Day with all these bitches, and bitches jump right on the video to be there with him. So don't tell me how great women are. Don't tell me how women care about marriage. Don't tell me how women care about society. Because if they did, the last thing you do is continue to reproduce with somebody you know has shown he is not a father. But you do it because you want to.
And everybody be like, oh, this new generation of men, they're so horny, they're so lustful. I was getting my ass slapped at 11 on a Friday for leaving my classroom. Do we not recall of Slap Ass Friday? Like, I used to be so fucking scared to leave my classroom because I knew once I hit that corner to my locker, it was over for my ass, and I don't even got one. There's been signs.
I really don't know what schools you guys are going to, because this is never a thing. Never a thing. High school, intermediate, elementary, obviously, I would hope. Junior high, nowhere. I don't know where you guys are going. I don't know who you're hanging out with, but it seems like modern women nowadays always find themselves in the worst position.
Not my usual content, but I've been seeing a lot of clips lately of men being like, oh, like, I'm gonna get a prenup. Ladies, or other men, whoever, they, thems, I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you, if a man tells you that, that's fine, that's game. A lot of divorce in my family, right? The second I have told any man, yeah, I'm game for a prenup, they're like, oh, haha, like, really? And I'm like, yeah, there's going to be an abuse clause, there's going to be an affair clause or an infidelity clause. Suddenly, they no longer want a fucking prenup. They're like, oh, but like, we love each other, we don't need one. The second you say that there is going to be an abuse or an adultery clause, they're out. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be fucking out. So do with that as you will.
Sounds good to me. I mean, no problem here. If we're going to put those types of clauses in, I got a few of my own. Go ahead, send it back, see what we get. You know what I mean? Since y'all want to do that, go ahead. Go ahead. It's cool with me.
Hey guys, quick question. Has enough time passed to where we can talk about the whole man versus bear argument was like performative? Because like, who in their right mind is choosing the bear? Can we be honest now?
I mean, we were talking about how performative it was then. That was the topic of discussion then. And I guess you're saying that you're now trying to get women to say, yeah, we was doing too much. Yeah, man, we were saying some stupid stuff back then. That's really what you're getting at, I think, because everybody was saying that. It was men. Well, at least a lot of men were saying, yeah, it's performative. I understand where you understand where we're coming from. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. But how you feel versus what reality is just not realistic. That's what we're saying. That's why we're saying it's performative, because it's not based in reality.
I'm going to preface this by stating I don't condone cheating of any kind. I keep seeing, though, that they say that women who cheat and they don't get caught is because they're more sneaky, but that's not the case. When a man cheats, right, the woman he's cheating on his woman with is the side piece. She knows her place in the beginning, right? But when her emotions get involved and she realizes that she doesn't want to be a side piece no more, she wants to be the main chick, what does she do? She tell him, oh, if you don't go and tell your girl, I'm going to tell her myself. And then she goes up to his girl as a woman, hoping that they'll break up and she could be the main chick. Her emotions got involved. When a woman cheats, she's cheating with another man. A man, smart. They know that they're not going to wife that, because in the back of their head, if she's cheating on her man this good and he has no idea, what's she going to do with me? Women are a little bit more slow than men. So women accept a lot of things that a man's not going to accept. He knows that that's another man's wife. He's just going to pipe her down and go the fuck home. Am I wrong? That's why they don't get.
And if you act like a hoe, people will treat you like a hoe. If you dress like a hoe, people will treat you like a hoe. If you're out here in these streets sleeping with everybody, unless it's been 10, 15, 20 years, I promise you, you will be in a cycle where you are used and abused. And rarely do those women get wifed by a high-earning, masculine, high-value man. They might get wifed by an Offset. Would you want to marry him?
You talking to me?
Anybody,
Absolutely.
any woman. No,
Absolutely
the answer
not.
is no. He's not. He's good for money. He's good for flash. But a husband?
No.
Negro, you stepped out on Cardi B so many times. It doesn't make you. You aren't high value. You're high earning. Do not confuse the two.
I feel like the issue is the women need to know.
I was on a soapbox.
No.
I'm
But
just hurting for young
it's
women
needed.
today.
I feel like people need to know that what you're doing is wrong. If you're spreading your legs to every
It's not
cardinal
wrong.
direct, it is wrong.
No, it's not wrong. I don't want to misconstrue the message. It's not wrong. It's just not in alignment with getting a high value, high earning masculine man. Okay. That's what it is. You will not. They will for the long term, because it's another thing too. High earning, high value masculine men, they don't mind playing in these streets either. They outside.
Right.
They are smashing what they want. And it is a double standard. So if you want to be one of the women they smash, cool. You will be one more woman closer to him finding his wife.
Okay.
You will be a placeholder until that man has his wife.
So
I'm sorry.
So
They
this
like
love.
men,
So they
men. Am I telling the truth?
You ready? Reservations in 20 minutes.
Yeah, just can you grab my jacket from the car?
It's right by the door. You're closer.
Ethan, seriously, you can't just get it for me?
I'm putting on my shoes. You're standing still.
A gentleman would just do it without being asked.
Full adult would grab their own jacket.
Wow, so chivalry really is dead.
Sure. Question. Did you pay for half a dinner last week?
That's different.
How?
Because the man is supposed to provide. It's traditional.
And traditionally, what's the woman supposed to do?
I'm not about to be some 1950s housewife if that's what you're implying.
So, traditional roles for me, modern freedom for you.
Certain things are romantic, like a man taking care of things.
Taking care of cooking, cleaning, planning, those traditional things.
We both work, Ethan. That's outdated.
But paying for everything isn't?
You're being ridiculous.
I'm just trying to understand the terms and conditions here.
You know what your problem is? You keep score.
No, I just read the fine print.
This is exhausting.
Women are never satisfied. They're never going to be satisfied. They never will be satisfied. So this is the things you need to hear as a man. This whole world is forced to your evolution. Even the woman, no matter what comes out her mouth, oh baby, you need to take a break and come home. Listen, the moment you stop working, the moment you stop being you and maintaining yourself and maintaining your dignity and your money and your wealth and all the things that make you attractive to her, she is gone, bruh. You can buy her all the things you want to buy her. Clothes, shoes, hats. If you did that in the past, that is not going to be the things that's counted for today. Women need to be maintained and they are very expensive. I don't understand why people want to be in a relationship so bad. The shit is expensive, and the more attractive the female is, that woman is gonna cost your ass an arm, a leg, a heart, a body, a head. That woman is gonna cost you everything. Why are you so desperate to be in a relationship? Obviously, you just don't know the true cost of a woman. Like,
big girls give the best BJ because they have to. He's right. Because in general, bigger women cannot elicit from men what it is that they want from them, like interaction, states, relationships. They can't get that from men by force of their nature alone, by just like how they're showing up in the world. And so they'll leverage things like this and they'll just go over the top with it because it's because it's not funny, because it's an overcompensation. Okay. And so they'll do that kind of thing because it'll give them the illusion of having relationships with men. And I say illusion because most men that will do that with them don't really like them like that. And they don't really take you seriously like that. But they'll do it because it's a lower barrier to entry. So they can do less and have more access with these women than they could with a woman who has higher self-esteem and who respects herself more.
2:30 a.m. and I just finished a first date. And you would think 2:30 a.m. must have been a great date. I'm walking myself home. I shaved every single crevice of my body. It's been 20 days since I was last cracked. And I didn't even get a
Last cracked? What the F does that mean, you stupid slut?
goodnight kiss. Mind you, we were 5 minutes from my apartment and he wouldn't even walk me home.
Oh my gosh, the horror. Well, he probably didn't want to walk you home because you are such an insufferable bitch. Yeah, I wouldn't want to walk you home either. Good luck, bitch.
What is the minimum yearly income to be your future husband?
I said 2 to 5 million.
2 to 5 million.
Yeah.
At what age do you want to get married?
I'd say 30 to 32,
30 to
35, yeah.
Well, 2 to 5 million, but 1 million, no.
I just feel like if you're at 1 mil, like,
That's not enough.
no, it's not much. Because think about it. Okay, especially living where we do. Come on now. You got to be making a lot of money.
I agree with you that obviously there's places in the country geographically where the cost of living is really high.
Yeah.
You can comfortably live anywhere in this country at 1 million.
Yeah, no,
in San
completely.
Francisco, in Los Angeles, in Miami, in Santa
I'm
Barbara.
not cheap.
1 million
She wants
is
that
a
luxury.
lot.
Yeah.
Per year. Making
No.
$1 million per year, you can live anywhere. But for a
my
husband, 2 to 5
Yeah.
mil?
I want kids. That's expensive.
It doesn't cost
That's so
2
much
to 5 mil.
Emotional availability is a Western obsession. Not every culture agrees. In many cultures, love is shown through duty, through consistency, through protection. So when you say they don't open up emotionally, you might be applying Western therapy language to a non-Western nervous system. For some people, talking less is regulation. Feeling calm around someone is the proof of love. What you call emotionally unavailable, another culture calls stable. Comment culture if this triggered you a little.
No, don't touch me.
What's wrong?
I just don't like it.
Listen, you may have seen in Hollywood movies that the guy puts his arm on her lower back. That's not good. She doesn't like that at all. The reality of dating has nothing to do with Hollywood mainstream advice.
The reality of dating is if you can show enough confidence and make her feel super comfortable, you can do whatever the fuck you want as a man and she'll love it. This is such terrible general advice that you can't put into specific scenarios, like never put your arm on the lower back of a female. It's super intimate, it's beautiful, it's graceful. Done lightly, a woman can feel so submissive in her feminine energy. And if you have enough confidence, which I don't think men like this who are fairly feminine can do, if you have enough strength in your masculine frame to make a woman feel so submissive and in her feminine energy, then stuff like this can be extremely attractive to her and can enhance the level of feminine energy she's allowed to feel. And when a woman is in that supremely submissive motion, the trajectory of attraction that she's gonna feel for you is gonna optimize undeniably. So don't focus on where to put your hand on her body, focus on putting her in a submissive feminine energy so that within reason and respect, you're able to do what you want. And if your date or your woman is not agreeable to your leadership, the mistake is probably within the masculine frame and not within what you are actually doing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a problem with that either. I'm trying to figure out a scenario where I would have. Even walking around, with random women. Like I don't know, man. It's just something that happens. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Just kind of go over there and do it. I mean, you might be in motion. You might be moving somewhere or going, like, you might say, excuse me. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a subtle move, it's a subtle action. So you would kind of do it, like maybe you'd open the door and you'd, kind of gently guide her in. It'd be something that's very subtle, like you'd be testing the waters. You know what I mean? Now, if you, it depends. Like, say for instance, if I'm walking in the door, like I said, I'm walking in the door and I open the door, I might use my hand to guide her in, right? So then you put your hand on the small of her back right there. If you're in a group of people, obviously you have to read the room, but read the room might be, we just spent 10 minutes outside talking, and not only talking, but we spent 10 minutes kind of laughing and joking, where I can read that, oh, she might be a little bit interested. So what I'm going to do is break the touch barrier, as they like to call it. I don't like using that type of language, but I'm going to, I might say, just to break it, if I'm not 100% sure, I might just say, hey, I got to use a restroom. And if it's crowded, I'm going to take that opportunity to put my hands on the small of her back and then, excuse me, move out the way, right? She's not really going to think too much about that, but she's going to know, oh, he put his hands on me, right? But it was so quick that maybe, I don't even notice it. But if she does, I would hope that she would say, hey, I noticed you did X, Y, and Z, and I would feel comfortable if you didn't. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I was just going to the restroom, was trying to get by. I didn't want to run over anybody, but I'm sorry about that. That's it. Done. End of story. But I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I feel like it's a lot of different areas, a lot of different ways that you can do that and she not make a big deal about it. Right now, if you want to leave your hand down there, then I would suggest that you guys have talked for a little bit and you kind of build some sort of rapport, right? But touching here and touching there, and not lingering might be the best move if you don't really know her all that well yet.
So there's a trend that's going on where modern women are choosing to spend their 20s and the bulk of their 30s being 304s, and then all of a sudden they decide that they want to be a holy roller. Now let's kind of break this down a little bit, right? So a lot of modern women are spending their 20s and 30s being 304s, being on modern day prostitution time, having kids outside of marriage, being ran through, jumping from this man to the next man, getting a man to pay a bill over here, getting a man to pay for some hair, nails, and toes over here. Very much just out here in these streets, right? And then once this woman gets to her late 30s, she finally realizes, oh my goodness, I want to settle down. I want a family. I want to be a wife. I want to be renewed. I want a provider, a protector, a man that is going to be a safe space. I don't want to be out in these streets anymore. Then she becomes the holy roller. Then all of a sudden she's in the church. Now she's reciting scriptures. Now she's telling men, look, I'm not having sex until I'm married. So if you want to date me or be with me, you're going to have to put a ring on my finger before you get some of this. Y'all, ladies, it don't work. It don't work. You can't go from being ran through in a 304 to then deciding that now that your clock is running out and it's becoming a little too late and now you're ran through, your body is all over the place from having kids. You just don't look all that pleasing, right? You cannot then decide, oh, I'm going to be a holy roller now. And now any man that wants to take me seriously, he's going to have to wait until marriage. That's not how that works. Because unless you are a virgin, what man is really waiting for marriage for a woman that has already been ran through? And it just makes me laugh when women who have already had kids outside of marriage then wants to talk about waiting until marriage. It's not happening. I'm going to need you guys to stop trying to mask Christianity with being a 304. It's not godlike and it's not cute.
So one time I was dating this guy who had a speech impediment and he had a small wee-wee. Right. Not that it goes together or anything, but it just so happened that he had both of these things happening to him at once, right? Oh, unfortunate. But I remember the first time, like before we ever like hooked up with each other or anything, he was like warning me about it, I guess. And he was like, yeah, it's actually smaller than average because I have a buff defect. He's trying to blame his small PP on his buff defect.
So you slept with the special ed kid and you want to just, that's the whole video, y'all. There was no like big like ending to it. That was the entire video. She just got on here and told us about the special ed kid with the birth defect PP and like thought we was gonna get a giggle off. Sweetheart, what? Yo, this solidarity and make fun of the men videos, crazy. They're getting more and more pathetic. You're joking on the slow kid. You slept with the slow kid because ain't nobody regular wants you. What? He still hit? Yo, he still hit with his pee-wee, with his Peter-weeder, with his Peter-whacker. He still hit. What are you getting from this? But embarrassment. Oh my God.
She thinks that's cute, the way he said it, right? It doesn't necessarily, gross. Anyway, it's almost like, oh, that's so cute, like a little baby, telling me about That's gross, man. That's gross. That's gross. Anyway.
Women, when they go on the first date, I have to pay $100 to get my nails done.
Oh my God.
Extra $100 to get my toes done. My hair needs to be done. My makeup needs to be done. Like, so like I'm still paying that much. Like I say, it takes a lot of work for
Divide that by the amount of men that you go on the date with, though. You don't buy new makeup and go and get your hair done every time you go on a date. So if a woman is a and she's going on a date with like 20 men per week, divide 20 by 200, that's like $10.
Honestly, men don't give a fuck about your fake nails. Men don't care. That's a woman gaze thing.
Like personal experience, a man literally was like, "You don't have your nails done?"
Well, he's gay.
Yeah, that's so gay. Oh my gosh.
Would he still you?
I mean, yeah, but
Okay.
apparently he's gay, so no.
If
That
you were
comment.
to actually like have a genuine conversation with most men, have clean nails. Don't
Yes.
have like dirt under
Exactly.
your nails. By the way, that should be the case for men too. Don't have dirty nails. But like the fake, like show us your nails. Show us your nails.
Lovely.
Men don't give a shit about that.
You can't do the basic thing. That's for yourself. So you mean you don't keep yourself up as a woman? That's a red flag. You should keep yourself up as a woman. If you can't keep yourself up basic, you shouldn't even be dating nobody. Like as a woman, you have to keep your hair up, keep your nails up. If it's a part of like our hygiene as women. So at the end of the day, for me, men need to be smarter. If you're not looking for that, it's men that don't care. They just know that a woman's not going to be in it because they want you. They're going to be in it for the money. But I know me. If a woman is doing all of that, she don't even like you. She's doing that because she like, oh, I could get one up on him. I have all type of homegirls. And that's the play. Like, oh, I'm gonna get one up on him. My hair already done. I'm gonna just tell him that so I can get some little bread and go on that date. If you are just now meeting a woman and that's her first response, she's playing you. And that's just the truth. Period. So men need to be way smarter than that, because if a woman really likes you and she has intentions on being with you, she's going to want to do that for you and look that way for you. And eventually, once she catches you, then it's like, yeah, babe, can you do I need my hair and my nails done. But in the beginning, you got to show up. Like, you got to look good. Like, I already do this. I already look good. You don't, like, what you think I'm not looking good already? Like, that's weird.
Does taking it in the back hurt? Absolutely it does. But my man also hurts after slaving away, working 50, 60-hour weeks. So, if that's what he wants, I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to make that sacrifice because he makes plenty for us. So, yeah, he's getting it.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
This is what you do if an ugly man is trying to get at you, or a creepy man is trying to get at you, or a man is just trying to get at you. What you're going to do is open your throat as big as you can, and you're just going to push on your abdomen as much air out as you can. You're going to go...
You know, it's just always been strange to see videos like this, and then on the flip side, you have like misandry, man-hating accounts that just praise women for being so good at communicating and being emotionally regular, you know? But nobody ever wants to talk about when suddenly, you know, some of these women show their true colors. And, yeah, so like an ugly dude comes up to you and you're just like, oh, okay, so if the roles were reversed, the comments would be a lot different. Everybody would go, oh my god, you're so horrible. It's just, the double standard and the ivory tower some of these women are on, it's just, delusional. It's a full moon tonight, isn't it?
Why did you post that picture?
Because I wanted to. My body, my choice.
Right, I get it. Your platform, your consequences.
It's just a photo.
No, it's a signal.
To who?
Men looking for availability. Women don't post thirst traps for memories. They post them for market.
You're jealous.
No. Jealousy is fear. This is standards.
You don't own me.
Correct, but I also don't sponsor disrespect.
It's engagement.
So is gambling. So is debt. So is addiction. Attention isn't neutral. It trains behavior.
So what, I delete it?
You decide what matters more. Strangers' validation or your partner's position.
And if I keep posting?
Then we're not dating. We're sharing you with the internet. And I don't do group relationships.
it's not about the money. It's just about making sure that, you know, all the expenses are paid for concerning the date when you invite me to a date with you, especially like on the first date, because I would like to think, or at least I'm always going to think, that the first date is just a preview, it's just a window as to what I'm going to expect from you throughout the duration of us dating.
It's not about the money. It's about making sure all the expenses are paid for concerning the date. So it is about the money. She mentioned in her own video that the guy took her on a date to a very expensive restaurant. And when she got there, she realized that she had to pay for parking. But wait, it wasn't until she got to the table, she decided to pull out her credit card to type it into her phone to pay for the parking. So that tells me one of two things. Either she wanted to test him to see if he would offer to pay, or she wanted him to pay. But has it ever occurred to some of y'all that the man that you're going on a date with is also looking to see what type of person you are? Because here he's taking you on a very expensive dinner date, which is probably going to be anywhere from $250 to $350. And all you potentially have to do is pay a $20 parking ticket. Whenever I see things like that, it always tells me that that person is ungrateful and they will only appreciate you based off the things that you do for them. I believe that man dodged the bullet.
Just drive. I'm not talking to you anymore. You're free to go. Get back in your car.
You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. I need my license plate back on my car. I have 6 days. You bitch.
Get back in your car. Get back in the car.
I can stand out in the street if I want to. I can stand at the street. I can stand in the street. Do I have a gun? No, I don't. So you can't arrest me. You're not understanding what he did. He took my license plate off my car. It just expired today. It's not even expired yet because today
Listen! Shut your pie hole for a second.
He literally said you were free to go. And you're sitting here screaming and yelling at a police officer and saying things like you're going to shoot him because you are so emotionally and mentally unstable. You can't deal with the fact that he made you have to put the license plate back on. Oh, it just expired today. My license plate just expired today. Well, it's still expired. And I said you're free to go. So you can go drive. But I legally can't allow you to drive around with a license plate I just saw was fucking expired. And this is your reaction to you're free to go.
A lot of the girls I'm seeing that are demanding things from our young men, they don't have nothing themselves. You're in your single room in your mum and dad's house with the one Gucci bag that you saved up, and now you're expecting men to pay for everything for you. I'm saying if you're a girl in your 20s to early 30s and you've met a man similar age and you both don't have that much, why are you expecting a man to have miles more?
I know that's like clip farming, whatever, that like I'm feeling him touching my hair, whatever. I mean, he's fine, but no, he's not my type, for sure not. He was very nice and entertaining, but in that particular clip where I'm like touching my hair, you can tell I'm like fully zoned out, and it was just funny, but yeah. Yeah, I noticed that. She didn't say no. No, I just said, yeah, he's okay, but no, like, he's not my type. Okay. Larry giving her the death stare.
I'm not a cuck. For anyone out there wondering, there's no cuckoldry going on here.
He just knows me, so he's like chilling. Yeah. He knows me. I mean, all due respect to him, I like older guys. Like, I like them my age, or he's a bit younger than me. He's a couple years younger than me, so.
What do you mean guys? There's only one guy.
Larry, you married a goer. She said, he's fine, but he's not my type. He's nice. She could have just left it at, he's not my type. You can listen to a woman's words, or you can watch her actions. Right now, my brother, you're only listening to words. So yes, you are a cuck. Take a seat and listen. You need to either let this go, or she's going to keep putting you through the ringer, because I'm telling you, brother, it's right there in 4K. This is what I mean to a lot of guys when I tell them trust fund baddies. A lot of you guys get wrapped around the idea of she's a good-looking woman. Just because she looks good does not make her a trust fund baddie. Even if she looks good and has some money, doesn't mean she's automatically a trust fund baddie. How does she make your name look? Your reputation is being tarnished because of that woman. That is not a high caliber woman. That's not a high quality woman or high value woman. This guy has all the muscles, all the money, and she still won't get with the program.
The steroids got to be getting to you, bro, if you're not literally seeing what everyone else is seeing. Gentlemen, do not get caught up like this. He's acting like this is his first baddie. Larry, is this your first baddie? It has to be your first baddie, bro. She is on go, my brother. I'm telling you right now. And to make it even worse, you were in the background watching it happen. In real life, these women move different. So I be trying to educate you guys on trust fund baddies. What does a trust fund baddie mean? It is more than just looks. Don't get caught up on the first pretty girl that makes you feel validated, that makes you feel as if you don't have any more voids, and then you let her just treat you like this. You have to stand up for yourself, man. So many successful men look just like him. You guys are weak. You guys are soft. When I'm coming onto this platform, I'm giving you the truth about how women operate. So either you're going to listen to me, or you're going to watch my words and everything that I'm prophesying come into fruition every single day. These women don't have the same loyalty as the generations before, and we need to move accordingly and adjust our emotional attachment to these women.
When I first saw her doing this, I was like, I can give her the benefit of the doubt, because you can mix that in with a combination of being nervous around somebody. But the longer it goes on, I don't know if I agree with this man. Like, it looks like in the beginning, look at her hands, where her hands are. Just kind of sitting there looking, and they're just not really doing a whole lot. So trying to keep it professional, trying to keep it professional, right? So she's kind of looking around. That would indicate I want to be a part of the conversation, but I don't want to be over the top. I don't want to do too much. But then, I don't know if you should be playing with your hair like that. But it is what it is. And then you reposition yourself outside of the camera, right? Because you don't necessarily want to be in the camera like that, or you just kind of reposition yourself. Now you're a little bit closer. Her mannerisms change slightly. What it is. That's what's making me uncomfortable. Her mannerisms are changing. They change from, kind of keeping it, hey, I think he's attractive, professional, right here, kind of listening, to, now I start to adjust myself. That's what's given, even if that's not what you meant by it, that's what might give a man pause. Because, while I was just, I really didn't like him like that, the way you're adjusting yourself and doing all this other stuff might give a man pause to read your body language and say, hey, you might be into this guy a little bit more than you're trying to let on, which is what I think the concern is here.
What would you say to women like me who are building something for themselves, but they still want to stay soft for love?
What a good question. A woman that needs to survive, yet ultimately understands her deepest commitment, being with a man that she values and respects. I get this a lot. It's like, how do I be feminine and then do something masculine? It's like, the answer is you don't. This really hits a bone of whether or not there is belief in good men. But there will never be good men if there's no beauty to inspire it. To really answer that question in its totality is when you are given an opportunity to make deeper commitments to those avenues that you've built. Let it trigger and elicit the feelings of hopelessness around meeting the right guy, or the lack of faith in that, and realize what it is that you really prioritize. Because for a woman, if you want to meet a guy by tomorrow, you could. And I'm in the firm belief of that.
Yeah?
That available women that are open attract men day of.
Interesting. So are you basically saying that for me to find my man, I have to drop my job?
Watch what it protects. Because I promise you this, with a masculine man, you're going to have to be willing to give that up. Now, you might not have to, but you have to be willing to. It's not talked about a lot. That the man that you marry is the man you risk losing your life for.
Yeah.
Childbirth didn't become something that didn't kill people until very recently. That commitment existed before modern medicine did. So don't forget that that still exists.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how women say they come across men and then after a certain time period they change. Normally they say that, after a baby comes in the picture, which could be valid. But in the same token, y'all are not giving these men enough time to show you that they're going to change, right? Y'all be getting pregnant too quick for me. But anyway, I definitely came across those guys. Now I know I preach a lot of times there are good guys, but I definitely came across, some guys that didn't treat me right. And here's the thing. I am not the one to really approach guys, okay? I had a fear of rejection, and my thing was, if I know a guy approached me, then I know I'm your type. I can then decide if you're my type, and then we just kind of go from there. So yeah, I had guys, I typically didn't have to go searching. And so, yeah, so I just assumed if you're in my face, then you have good intentions. And like a lot of other women, I was a little naive thinking, he can't be doing me wrong if he approached me, he was in my face, right? So anyway, I had to learn very, very early on, not everybody has good intentions, especially not for your heart, or they're not on the same page as you. So even though that they approach you, they may be trying to smooth things over, you have to pay attention to their actions. I've definitely seen, men that have played the good guy at first, and then next, they are like acting the complete opposite, right? So here's the thing. Do not ignore the signs. There's always signs. That's why I don't understand how women be missing the signs. I dealt with, men that weren't faithful to me, but there were always signs. And I think I knew then, like, I will never be the one to share a man in that capacity. That is just not my forte. I'm sorry. I can't stick around for no mess like that. I deserve better. So I just find it really, really hard to believe when women say there's no signs. I do believe men can change. And sometimes it could be for the better and sometimes it could be for the worse. But listen to their actions. It's not about what they say. All right. It's what they do. How are they acting?
Yeah, I think if that's the way that you're going to approach it, if you're going to have a man come up to you and do his thing or whatever and whatnot, then it's on you as the woman to qualify him, to talk to him. And I think, sometimes women feel like, oh, I have to do everything in this moment. You don't have to. He's just coming to get your phone number, right? You don't really know him. So if you say, hey, maybe I can get your phone number and take you out on a date, you can say, well, how about I give you my Instagram first? Okay, because you're trying to get to know him. You don't know anything about him. So you would then go onto social media and look, and then you would say, hey, or you would wait for him to text, and then and hopefully have a conversation. Hey, this is Tim. Met you in the club last night. Yeah. Hey, Tim, how you doing? Okay, I'm doing great. And have a conversation about it. Now, some people, they like going out. They don't like to talk on the phone, but that's just my suggestion. I wouldn't really go out with anybody if I didn't FaceTime them first or talk on the phone, because I don't want to waste time, right? I don't want to waste my money. I don't want to waste my time. That's the biggest thing, right? Money, I don't want to waste that, but I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my time, right? So, like I said, I will talk to you on the phone for 2-3 hours, and we will have the whole conversation, right? It might start off like a little bit rocky, because people are kind of nervous about not knowing each other, but I've already thought about what I need to be saying. I already thought about what I need to be asking. And the whole time I'm going to be telling myself in my head, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Relax, relax, relax. And I'm going to ask questions. It's going to be at least an hour. And if it's an hour and there's nothing else, then I'm going to be, okay, well, I guess I'll talk to you later. And that's going to be it. But I don't think I've ever had a situation. First of all, I didn't talk to a lot of people. That's first and foremost. Did not talk to a lot of women. Just, I was very specific in what I was looking for. Very specific. And even though the woman might look good, she might have all this going for her, I was very specific in saying, I don't think that because of this, and this, we're going in the same direction. If I did, then I would swipe on the profile, right? Obviously, not all of the people that I swiped on ever responded. I mean, I had a few. Obviously, I had a handful of people like me back. I learned how to take certain photos. At one point in time, I went in there and put on a suit and took some photos, right? Went in there and put on a suit, and I was in my my house. when I took those photos. I set the photo, the phone up, and then somebody on Instagram or something like that taught me about lighting and stuff like that, or I just I just did one trick. The one trick that they taught me about, I just kept on doing it to all my photos. I can't even remember it anymore, but I just kept on doing that to all my photos, and I put them on there. Right? It was I'm seeing him in my head. He was smooth. He was a black guy, short black guy, very stylish, and his transitions and his videos were very smooth. He would teach you how to take photos, right, and how to do it. I can't remember who he is. He's probably on one of these accounts somewhere, but I would follow him, and I just came upon stumbled up on his account at random. So I would do that, and then I put it on a dating app. Then when ChatGPT first came out, I said, these are the things that I like to do. Can you tell me how a woman might like to hear it? Right? And it honestly, it sucked. The way they put it out, honestly, it sucked. But what I did like about it is it put it in a way that was more grammatically correct, and it was better cohesion. The idea was more cohesive. This is what I like to do. This is where I like to go. Just in a nutshell, so somebody can read it and at a glance get what you're trying to do, right? Or get who you are, get like just a picture of who you are. And I try to take like a different, thing of photos where whenever I went to New York, I put a picture up over there. When I went to Canada, I put a picture of that. Of course, I had the picture with my suits. I had like 2 or 3 of those. Most profiles like it have at least 6. So that's 3. I think I did one when I was in Chicago. And maybe like a couple of other ones that I used basically. But yeah, I have multiple profiles. I remember being on Hinge, a couple Christian ones, and then I think I got on Tinder at one point in time because somebody told me that Tinder is like, oh no, it's different. It's not like a hookup app anymore. I didn't stay on Tinder because the women that started liking my profile looked like they wanted to hook up, and I was like, oh no, no. Single moms, women that wearing tight stuff, revealing stuff. Oh no, these look like women that be out in the street. So I quit. I would get notifications from Tinder. Oh no, I'm not checking that. OkCupid. I went to OkCupid, and I went on there. That didn't work. There were a few other apps that were out. I think I tried those to see. I don't know if I paid for everything, but I signed up because I wanted to see. I wanted to see what was up, what they had going on. So I signed up to those. Didn't like them, and then I would just leave my profile on there, or I would delete it. Either or, right? It just depended. I think I paid for Hinge maybe once or twice. There was another app called BLK. I don't think I paid for that because it's basically from the same person as one of these other apps, basically. So yeah, I think basically I met my wife on Upwork, which is like a Christian dating app. And at that point in time, I had done once again, because I already thought about what I wanted. And I did some more, got into a relationship, and then it went a ways. It went a ways. We were actually engaged, and then it didn't work out. Like we got in a big thing at the end of it, and we're like, nah, it's not gonna work. So we went our separate ways. And so, I spent a pretty good amount of time, going different places, and just chilling. I would take myself out to eat, or I would go get something to eat and come on back to the house. If I wanted to do that, I was chilling. Wanted to be in a relationship, but, I was trying to figure out, hey, what was what I want, what am I looking for? And then I started really focusing in on that. And then I would talk to my parents about it. And then my mom would say, well, you need somebody that's like this in this area. And I said, okay, this person that qualifies for this in this area. It was two things. They got to be in my location, and they got to be my same faith. Same faith, same location. And I look for that. As soon as I found that, it's off to the races. Off to the races. And so at that point, I think I reached out, right? And I think maybe like a day or so later, she hit me back, hey, how's it going? And we talked for a little bit. And I think maybe around that 4th or 5th text message, I was like, hey, you got a number of social media or something like that. Talk to you off there. Maybe we can have a phone call or something like that. FaceTime. And she messaged back, gave it to me. I think, and once again, like I said, I was nervous, but I just got on the phone and I was pulling out. Of my garage because I was just going to go on a drive. I said, man, you know what? In order, because I don't want to be just sitting there in my house. I'm going to go on a drive so I can kind of look elsewhere and focus on other things. So I don't have to be like, oh, okay, so what, you know what I mean? Put yourself in the best position for yourself for you to think. If you need to go on a drive while you're talking to somebody. If you want to go on a walk, go on a walk. If you like playing games and talk to somebody, just make sure it's not going to interfere with your thinking, right? A lot of times I need to move my hands. So I might be playing a game talking to you because I need to move my hands. Like my hands need to be, pressing a button, messing around with a joystick, might be fixing something around the house. I need to be doing something. So I did that. I got in the car. I don't know if she answered the first time, but she definitely did end up calling me back. Oh, I'm here. I can call you a little bit later. Okay. And she did. Right. So we went through that whole process of, hey, let's go to this restaurant. It wasn't an expensive restaurant either. But they did have good reviews. I said, hey, you like Mexican food? Yeah, I can do Mexican. So we went there. Like I said, man, I'm still trying to go back. to the restaurant, man. It's all the way on the other side of town, but it was good. We both liked it. We went, I think we did another date there. So yeah, man, you got to make it work for you. You got to make it work for you. Stop letting these people tell you what to do and what not to do. When a man comes up to you, it's going to be your responsibility to check him out and see if he's the one that works for you, right? Because a man is supposed to do his due diligence. Like all of that I just explained to you, that was in depth. That's what you expected a man to do. And you need to do your due diligence as well and say, okay, this is the type of man I would like to go on a date with.